Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's Trail247 back with another video. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I just went through some crazy shit yesterday. Not gonna lie. That's the only reason I couldn't make videos, and I'm very sorry, and I apologize. But we hit 50 subscribers today, nigga. 50. I got 50 subscribers, nigga. And they ain't gonna believe in me until this shit really work out on bro. But anyway, we got another reaction video for y'all today. Today we're doing this reaction on the feds plan to hit Lil Durk with some more charges. We about to get into it, man, by my nigga T90J. You know what I mean? You did. Let's get into it, y'all.
From bad to worse in the Lil Durk case after the feds are apparently they're gonna hit Durk with new charges. And these aren't just like small incidents. We're talking about murder and attempted murder. Quick pause, because this might actually help you out. If you've ever needed access to your now, the homie Remo would post to IG saying the feds are looking to add 2 charges from 2022 and 2019 to Lil Durk's case. And this is years ago. Shout out to the homie Crit Mac. Wish the cest, everything gonna see all right. Never commit suicide. We're gonna like that comment.
Let me read it right quick.
By now, y'all are familiar with how the feds work. The feds can take anything you've ever done and turn it into a whole nother situation. That's kind of what they do with RICO, right? We saw in the Young Thug case a whole bunch of different crimes that people already went to prison for. They got re-indicted under a RICO and hit with all of those crimes that I'm gonna keep it
100. I'm gonna keep it 100, bro. If it wasn't for Woody trying to act, he really did the best thing in that situation. That is the only reason Young Thug got away with that shit for because Woody kind of made the whole shit a shenanigan. You know what I mean?
Same type of game the feds play. Now, I believe All Hip Hop was the first to break this news, so shout out to them. And it would state Lil Durk's case could expand after prosecutors signal they may add older Chicago and Atlanta incidents before trial. The possible expansion surfaced in a May 21st court filing from DeAndre Wilson, one of Durk's co-defendants. Wilson is asking a federal judge to reconsider his detention and let him out on bond while the case moves forward. Wilson's filing says prosecutors informed defense lawyers on May 13th that they are considering supplemental charges by June 3rd. The new charges would add 2 older alleged incidents as direct evidence, a 2022 Chicago incident and a 2019 Atlanta incident. That could create a major timing problem for all of the co-defendants because it'll knock the case off its current August 20th, 2026 trial date, requiring new arraignments, more discovery, additional motions, and more investigation. Wilson's lawyer says the 2 incidents do not involve him, and that is the core of his freedom bid. He argues
Mr. Williams
should not remain jailed for months.
I mean, Lil Durk name is something Banks, right? I know his last name Banks.
Lawyers prepare for events where prosecutors do not even place him at the scene. So basically, one of the co-defendants was told, look, we're thinking about hitting Durk with new shit. And he's like, what the fuck does that have to do with me? Nigga, I wasn't there for that shit. I'm not getting charged with that shit. Let me out. Let me go on bond.
I want to go home.
Now, the Atlanta incident appears to trace back to January 2019, in which there was a shooting near the Varsity restaurant in downtown Atlanta. That Durk, whose legal name is Durk Banks, had faced felony charges in that case before the Fulton County DA dropped them in 2022. Those charges included criminal attempt to commit murder, aggravated assault, participation in criminal street gang activity, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. The victim was shot in the leg after an argument near the restaurant. Now, obviously, if you're a fan of Durk or a fan of Vaughn, you remember this exact incident. Because if you remember, this is when Durk and Vaughn allegedly robbed and shot somebody.
Case against a rapper accused in a shooting outside of the Varsity will move forward. Today, Lil Durk appeared in court where a judge ruled there was enough evidence for him to go to trial. Channel 2's anchor Lori Wilson is live near where the shooting happened, near the Varsity, and Lori police say they have video evidence in this case.
Javita, APD says they used at least 5
video
cameras
evidence
from local businesses, including this BP, as well as from the Varsity across the street, in order to build their case against Lil Durk and his co-defendant. On Friday, detectives from Atlanta and Chicago testified in the criminal case against rapper Lil Durk in Fulton County Court. They say around 5 in the morning on February 5th, Lil Durk, whose real name is Durk Derek Banks, and his co-defendant Devontae Bennett were seen on camera involved in shooting Alexander Witherspoon, a person police say they knew.
They were hanging out. They went to...
I'm gonna be 100. When this case first happened, I did not know it was this serious. Oh, bro, I didn't know it was this serious.
A studio to make music.
The rapper and Bennett listened to the evidence against them in court. Police told the
Look at King Von, that nigga like, bro, do not tell these niggas any fucking thing, bro.
The judge later that night, the victim, Banks, Bennett, and others went to a nightclub, a gas station, and ended up in the parking lot of the Varsity. That's when Witherspoon said he was robbed and shot.
He said his chain was snatched off his neck, and he had $30,000 stolen from him, and they stole the vehicle he was driving.
Police say Banks was seen on tape shooting a gun.
You see Mr. Banks' arm out the window firing several shots at the victim, towards the victim.
Banks' attorney says this is a celebrity witch hunt.
Were it not for the celebrity status of these two individuals, then this would be an aggravated assault.
Banks released a single "Turn Myself In" the day he turned himself in. It's gotten almost 7 million views. The prosecutor charging this wasn't just a robbery and shooting, but gang activity. She put a Chicago detective on the stand to testify that Banks and Bennett are members of Chicago gangs.
Is it possible to continue your affiliation and even commit crimes when you move out of Chicago if you're in a different city or if a different area?
Of course.
Yes, ma'am.
Vaughn ended up dying before the case was resolved, and Durk ended up beating the case. And a lot of people try to say, oh, Durk must have threw Vaughn under the bus, whatever. But then I believe the DA came out and said if Vaughn was still alive, we would have charged him with this shooting. And I mean, if we just go and watch Trap Lord Ross's masterpiece documentary on King Vaughn being a serial killer, we know he's trigger happy. So it's no surprise that Vaughn most likely popped dude in Atlanta. And from what I heard, that wasn't the only person he shot in Atlanta. But this is serious because at the
King Von was out Atlanta tweaking like that.
feds are trying to use this against Durk. This is an attempted murder case. A dismissal motion from 2022 said prosecutors reviewed the facts and chose not to prosecute, even though probable cause had existed for Durk's arrest. Durk's lawyer said for some reason they decided that Mr. Banks was involved since some of the people he affiliated were involved in the shooting. We strongly deny that. Now, the Chicago incident from January of 2022 was the killing of Stephon Mack outside of Roseland Community Center. Back in 2024, unsealed court records claimed Durk was behind the fatal shooting, but Durk has not been charged in that killing. That is the tension in Wilson's new filing. His lawyers say prosecutors want to use the Chicago and Atlanta incidents as direct evidence in the federal case, even though both predate the Los Angeles attempted assassination of Quando Rondo, in which they killed Lil Pab. Now, everywhere on Reddit would they be breaking down this murder. If Durk beats his case with stopping the feds from charging him with Stephon Mack, well, Cup Crafty, I'm pretty sure you just put this into motion.
Damn, is they about to charge him with Stephon Mack too?
Elmer fudded his way across the parking lot with a rifle, and this guy shot a pistol. And
I
I
remember
guess
this
this
situation.
kid was the one with the pistol. They basically gunned dude down and then tried to say Durk was the one that paid for the hit.
And they told the police that? Bro, no way. So what, they told the police that Durk did it? That's crazy, bruh. I ain't gonna lie.
He never reached them. He never actually paid. But they were alleging Durk was the one behind this situation. And the feds would want to bring this up because it's another example of Durk allegedly paying for hits. Now, we could take this either way. We could take this as the feds are doubling down to secure a conviction and showing that he's been involved in multiple situations that share the same similarities, or we could view this as a desperate attempt by the feds to bring something else in to halt.
I ain't even gonna say that because I ain't gonna lie. When the shit happened with Stephon Mack, they was already saying Durk had that done then. This is like a year, 2 years, 3 years ago. This is like 3 years ago, damn near. I remember when the Stephon Max shit. So the fact that if they trying to now get him on that, I ain't even got the noise. But bro, I'm not gonna lie. They just piling on evidence.
Everything, because they're not ready to go to trial. Durk got the best lawyer he can have. The feds want more time. So they add on this little bullshit. Now all of a sudden they got to do new arraignments, new witnesses, just new this, new that. And everything gets delayed. And things can be delayed by years.
That's what the
Not
feds
everything in the feds is that quick. And if it's the prosecutors asking for more time, that tells you something. Because normally, from what we understand, is the feds don't indict unless they have you. And if they have you, they have all the evidence they need. They don't need to take their sweet ass time. This should have been done in 4 months. But the fact that this is the play the feds are putting in motion may or may not be a good thing for Durk. So unless the feds magically found new evidence of him being the shooter in the Atlanta case, I don't see how they could convict him for that, right? He wasn't found guilty. The charges were dropped, which means he could always be hit with new charges, but they would need new evidence. And the co-defendant in that case, Vaughn, is dead. So I don't see how that would even play a role. Now, as far as the murder in Chicago, yeah, if those dudes are fully cooperating and blaming Durk, okay, that's one thing. But are the feds actually able to prove it beyond just their words? Because clearly they're going to try to save themselves. Are the feds able to prove he did any of this shit? Again, they're just putting themselves in another position. Same shit with the Quando Rondo thing. Okay, everything leads back to Durk, but can we prove it actually happened? To be honest with you, I'm not sure what to think. Apparently, if this is gonna happen, it's gonna happen on June 3rd. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comments.
Man, look, man, what I got to say, Durk, you shouldn't have been talking shit. Now let me stop. But for real though, Durk, I ain't gonna lie, Durk. I don't wish the worst for you, bro, because I love your music, bro. But I'm gonna tell you this, bro. Them feds ain't playing with your ass, my nigga. You better move smart. All these fucking Apple Watches and shit you getting caught with and shit, bro, you better stop it. You hit me? Don't nobody want to see you locked up, bro. Just because I fuck with you, Durk. I ain't gonna lie, but you should have been moving way smarter with King Von, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You should have been playing him at a distance, bro. You want to be friends with the killer. Like he won't kill you. Y'all have a nice one, though. Y'all hit that like button, sub button, hype button. We got 50 subscribers. 450 away, nigga. 450 away, and I'ma have it, nigga. And by that, bro, stamp, I'ma have that shit by like next 2-3 months. Give me 2 or 3 months, bro. It's over with. Y'all have a nice one, though. Y'all have a blessed day.